I got point. I put myself a bit of a length distance here still. You know what I mean? So please forgive me because I'm just trying to really prepare for something that we're going to go into. But this is what you hear on Affinity Extra. Now, my wife brought this up to my attention, the lovely Demo. She brought my attention to this situation that is going on, that broke the internet. And then as soon as I clicked it, I was like, whoa, it broke me. It's even reached British news. Yeah. And that is this. Yeah. Now, you're trying to mind your own business. And you just have a meal the other day. And then they introduced, we got Dr. Jamal Bryant and his beautiful first lady. So you're expecting a bit pastor, he's got a bit of swag to him, and he just get married and he's in his 50s. And it's like you're expecting, okay, cool, pastor, in a nice frock, and then one there, so yeah. And then you see this. This broke the internet on this. You know what I mean? He wore this before New Year's Day and it broke the internet. People going in. The issue now, I've tried this out. In terms of not dress. No way, my wife wearing that, going out nowhere with that dress. But anyway, I've asked young people, I've asked older people, I've asked all the people. I said, is this dress okay? What is wrong with the dress? And the first thing they say, why that color? Because it's suggestive. Obviously, there's a lot of other more colorful ways people have described the attire and what it represents. But as a man, I would say, why would you know what I mean? A lady who's dressed like that, you would have a negative opinion for about your longitude of your relation. So it's like, why, brother? But obviously, brother Jamal hit back and told everyone to mind their own business. He came up with some crazy speech at church, and I thought, wow, he's doing it again. He did it again when he years ago with his famous message, "I'm still the man." Google search that, yeah. The same guy, but again, we're doing the harbour on his past. He's transformed, and he said he bought the dress for him. He bought the dress and he bought it for him. And the reason why people are bringing it up, he's asking why people we should be bringing up the people who are bringing up the issues are obese, don't look after themselves. They're frightened, but they look sharp and their body's right. Yo, but Reggie, I'm saying it's not good, and I think my body is not too bad, but I don't really kind of flaunt it. I think my wife would tell me if I flaunt. But anyway, don't flaunt nobody out there still. Yeah, so I'm against obesity. I'm against the poor education or having fitness. But it's not about hate anyway. But anyway, twisted into, oh, you guys are just jealous anyway. So yeah, ain't changing into that. So let me just go back to this. So let me go back. And now I'm responding to a video that just gone up. I'm going to respond to this. Yeah. I'm going to respond to this live and see how we take to this. Yeah. Because I just seen this come up 16 hours ago. It's Pastor Jamal responds to the church leader's criticism of his dress on a TV program. And Tamron Hall, show exclusive where he explains it. So let's bring it up. Ooh, let's make sure that I got volume on this.
To me, that there were religious leaders.
Right, brilliant. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, you ready?
It did, however, stand out to me that there were religious leaders who used their platforms to say things that I truly was confused by it. We talk about grace. We talk about...
And this is a very, very viewpoint. Jamal got slewed publicly by religious leaders. You know what I mean? You can say, why are you slewing him now? No. I'm bringing it to I'm just having the conversation. Don't talk about it. But when I said, yo, guys, the language that they were using, I was like, wow, like that was kind of hot. That was kind of hot, kind of hot. Some of them were calling she's a $2 HO. I was like, whoa. Let's not get too overly creative about it. You can say it's not appropriate and just leave it there, but they got really creative about it. But there's such a response. Somebody made a laugh and said, what will look like if I wore that dress? I think Jennifer Hudson, what? But anyway, let's get into it.
Understanding, there was at least one bishop who said that you, and I'm paraphrasing here because it's actually really hard to even say, but implied that you were treating her like a prostitute, essentially is what he said.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I don't use my platform to preach against other preachers when there's so much that's going on in the world.
Did it hurt? I mean, this is the woman, as you said,
yes.
when your 5 habits, one of them was to protect her.
Yes.
And to not be defensive in protecting her.
Yes.
How did it feel because it is your wife?
Yeah, it was very enraging and irritating. And at the end of the day, I had to think to myself, to respond to that, does that grow the church or does it diminish it? And so at that moment, I had to separate my humanity and really deal with my divine call.
As I said, this guy has got bars for jokes, people. Absolutely bars for jokes. Now, I don't want to go and show other responses to this because I'm thinking that, whoa, absolutely crazy. But for me, very wise response and very to put on the people. But one thing that I would say is that yes, it was very inappropriate. I think in terms of dress, for me, and that's my personal opinion, it's just not showing a great light, especially as a first lady. There's some scriptures that go on about it, but I do feel that the criticism has been, I thought, could have been a bit more lightweighted. I thought it'd be a bit more giggly, but they've been really on it because it shows. But the church is a bit annoyed about Jamal Bryant himself. I think if this wouldn't have been such an issue, if Jamal Bryant's history of his history is a bit less checkered, but on top of that, I do think he speaks out about a lot of social issues, a lot more than the average bear. So when it comes to him actually want to get caught out, he's not perfect. I'm not backing because I'm down for the social issues, and I love the way that he communicates. I think he's an amazing communicator, but it's really scary how talented communicators has ran a church for the past 20, 30 years. Great communicators, probably even the past 100 years. And we're going to be really, really careful of this and be vigilant and really be mindful of this. In terms of going back to the dress, it's a nay for me. We need to learn from this. But I've been listening to, it's very entertaining listening to the creativity of how people put across about this. And I do feel that the reason why women and men have been on Jamal Bryant's case is because of his track record when it comes to women and people that's frustrated and don't think he should be a pastor. If it was a young pastor, it was a pastor, people would just give it a moment. But because it's Jamal Bryant, I think we've blown it even more out of proportion. And trust me, he can lyrics his way out of everything. So he'll be fine. He'll be still pastoring. I'm not saying he should be a pastor. I'm not saying I want to go to his church. Far from it. Yeah. I'm not saying no way I feel that's appropriate for a first lady. I'm not saying that's appropriate for a lady, full stop. Me catch any of my cousins on road dressed like that. If I catch any of my people dressed like that on road, I'll be like, what's going on here? What's going on here, cuz? Niece? Sister? Whatever, you know what I mean? I'll be going, yo, that way's your yard, go get change. But that's just me and you people are just, you don't know. But it's created such a storm because too much is given, much is expected. And I do think there was a lack of wisdom there by the household when it came to that anyway. So guys, listen, this is Roger. on Affinity Extra Celebrity Gospel Music Black Orange. Just my thoughts and my processes with the Jamal Bryant, and his lyrics are amazing. I do love his ability to communicate. I think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a right guy, he's a great guy, he's not someone I want to be mentored or prayed over by, but I have to say, but his speeches to really emphasize social injustices against the black community, I have to say he's amazing. And if we can back MLK, we can back this brother. I might get in trouble for saying that. This is watching Affinity Extra Celebrity Gospel Music Black Origin. Blessings.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you.